So what is up, guys? It's me, Noah, here today to give you guys another video. This time we are going to be going over the topic of Battlefield Overload. What exactly do I mean by that? What I mean by that is, it seems like Battlefield has taken over the gaming world on YouTube. Now, I'm not saying that anything else is like out or anything, but it seems like Battlefield is the majority now. I mean, not to say that there is not a ton of Call of Duty. If you look at all the Call of Duty gameplays from every single Call of Duty game, sure, Battlefield 3's gameplays are way outnumbered. But in just individual games, Battlefield 3 seems to be everywhere. Now, I don't have any statistics here. I'm just pulling this out of my opinion. And I just thought this was something interesting to talk about since Battlefield 4 is coming soon, and, you know, we're just trying to figure out what we will expect when Battlefield 4 comes. So, I don't think there's really anybody who, when Battlefield 4 comes, that they're going to be like, I don't know, I hope this game is good, because I think everybody knows it's going to be, because they are not changing anything from Battlefield 3. While they are adding extra stuff and they are improving stuff, they are not taking anything away. They aren't really changing anything. They're just making a new game. It's going to have the same Battlefield feel. It's going to have the same type of gameplay with vehicles, or you can go play like a separate thing. It's probably going to have servers that you can eventually rent, and it's going to, you know, you won't have to worry about host migrations because you won't have a host. You'll just be connected straight to a server. So, you know, there's nothing really that Battlefield 4 is going to be bad about. If you're a diehard Battlefield 3 fan and you love Battlefield 3, and honestly, it doesn't matter if Battlefield 4 is exactly like Battlefield 3, as long as it means you get more things to unlock, and it's basically the same game. I'm sure there will be so many people who love it just as much as Battlefield 3. It's not like people are going to go to it and be like, oh, this is just like Battlefield 3. I'm going to go play Battlefield 3. No, they're going to be like, oh, this is just like Battlefield 3. I loved that game. But there's more stuff to unlock now, so I'm going to play this game. It's going to be, I have a feeling that it's going to be a very similar experience, and it's going to be amazing. Besides the graphical improvement and the... what else is there? The graphical improvement, the up number of players in each server, there's not really going to be much difference. It's going to be Battlefield, and I think that's going to be something that everybody's going to be looking forward to, because I know myself, every time a Battlefield map pack would come out, it'd be like, oh my gosh, yes, more stuff to unlock, oh my gosh, because that's my favorite thing about video games, unlocking stuff. It always feels good to unlock something new. So, in Battlefield 4, even if it's exactly like Battlefield 3, I think Battlefield 3 was loved enough that if it's just like it, then people are going to like it. We all know it's going to have new weapons, so with the updated list of weapons, I'm sure that it'll be even better. And that's just one improvement. If they just add that one improvement, that would be fine. Honestly, that would be fine with me. They add newer weapons, they add the ability to unlock more, and there you go. I will still like the game just as much as I do now, because it's just like Battlefield 3. Battlefield 3 was great. And back to what I was talking about, Battlefield Overload. When you go on YouTube and you search up games, you see Battlefield everywhere. You look up best graphic game. 9 times out of 10, Battlefield will come up, because that is most people's opinion of a perfect graphic game. Now, there are other games such as Arma and Crysis and other games that are really good quality, but people's opinions on Battlefield 3 are higher, and there's more people who believe it's the best graphic game. So you'll find, if you search that, Battlefield 3 will come up. You search first-person shooters, Battlefield 3 will be one of the top ones there. You search Call of Duty Versus, and of course it'll be Versus Battlefield, because that is its #1 competitor. And the only other thing that I can think of that has just as much videos as Battlefield 3 is just all Call of Duties combined. Because if you look at all the gameplays from MW3, Black Ops 2, there's all these guys like White Boy 7th Street, Matroix, all these guys who play nothing but Call of Duty, and they upload videos daily. But then you don't realize that they sometimes, both of them have uploaded Battlefield gameplays before. I don't want to say White Boy has, but I know for a fact that Matroix has. He updates people whenever there's trailers, and he shows them to us because he's interested in that stuff too. So you'll find some on his channel. But then there's those people such as Pone, and he uploads Battlefield all the time. There's all these people who upload just as much Battlefield as the people who upload Call of Duty. But then it's only one game most of the time. Battlefield 3 has taken over YouTube, guys. It has been shown. I'm not sure if it's like this anymore, but I know like a month ago, actually it was like 2 months after Black Ops 2 came out, the hype died down. People were kind of like, oh, this is just another Call of Duty, it's fun, but you know, there's other things that I'd like to do, and so they ended up going back to play Battlefield. And I know, I remember I looked this up like 2 months ago, the last time I saw it, and I'm sure it's probably the same, if not more now, that there are more people playing Battlefield 3 on all the consoles combined than there are playing Black Ops 2. And then people forget, Battlefield is a 2-year-old game. Well, not quite 2 years old, but almost 2 years old. And it still is played to this day with just as much hype as it was in the beginning. I see noobs playing Battlefield all the time. I'll join a lobby. All of a sudden, there'll be a level 3. And you kind of get used to it because there's always people wanting, they never had Battlefield when it came out, and it's slightly cheaper now, and then they go buy it. You've also noticed the Medal of Honor Warfighter, it didn't get as much revenue as they would like, and they're actually saying they're probably going to cut the franchise out of the cycle. But, I mean, it was fun while it lasted, but if you notice, it now sells for $20 at Walmart and Best Buy and stuff like that, new. And if you were to buy it used, it would be even cheaper. Battlefield, though, you can buy Battlefield with the premium, which lets you have all the map packs, for $60, full price. You can buy Battlefield just regular edition for $50, brand new. It's still at $50. Let's think of another game that's from the same year as it. Modern Warfare 3. Let's see how much it sells for. Probably around $30. I'm guessing maybe less than that. And they both are the same age, but there's literally less than a tenth of people on Modern Warfare 3 as there are on Battlefield 3, because Battlefield 3, it's way ahead of its time. That's all I can really say about it. It's way ahead of its time. Graphics-wise, gameplay-wise, and satisfaction-wise, DICE knows how to appeal to their gamers. When a gamer complains or something on Battlelog and says, hey DICE, can you fix this? They fix it in the next update. Now, I know something that scared a lot of people about it was the huge updates, but that wasn't completely DICE's fault because the game was released earlier than they had anticipated. They had anticipated themselves to have another month or two to work on finishing Battlefield, but EA was like, we got to get this game out now, people want it, so they put it out there, and DICE wasn't ready for it to be out, and they had to upload the updates to fix all the bugs. But at this point, in my opinion, Battlefield 3 is a perfect game. There is no flaw in it at this point. And Battlefield 4 is coming out right now, which is awesome. When you think about it, Battlefield 3 has lasted 2 years. I play it with just as much hype as I did when I first started. I love the game so much. And as now, I'm not even really starting to get bored of it, because I still have a lot of way to go. I'm not Colonel 100 or anything. I know I have some friends who are, but I've got a ways to go. I've got things to unlock. I'm still unlocking stuff, so I'm still kind of enjoying it. But, you notice how there's people who are starting to get a little bit bored of it, and by the time they get bored, they're like, wait, it's been 2 years. Battlefield 4 is about to come out. That's how awesome the game is. If you can play that game for 2 years before you actually start getting bored of it. And I have to say that Battlefield succeeds in everything when it comes to a first-person shooter. Graphics-wise, gameplay-wise, and everything you can think of, DICE has excelled in making Battlefield 3. So, if we look back at Battlefield 3, we can definitely know that Battlefield 4 is going to be amazing. There is no doubt to it. If you love Battlefield 3 and you saw nothing wrong with it except for a few minor things, then you are going to love Battlefield 4. There is no doubt about it. You can't love a game. You can't not love a game that is almost identical to the game you loved before. It's like, for instance, you're dating a girl, y'all break up, and you get with her twin sister. It's a win-win situation. You know, it's the same thing. Don't do that, guys. But it's, you know, it's pretty much the same kind of thing. You know, it's slightly different, and it's gonna be, you know, graphically it's gonna be better, and you know, all that stuff, and it's gonna be a great game in my opinion. And if you love Battlefield 3, you'll love Battlefield 4. Thank you guys for watching. This was just a little rant I had about Battlefield being, you know, all over the interwebs, and, you know, Battlefield 4 coming out soon. And I just thought that this had to be said, and I wanted to get a video out to you guys, so be sure to smack that like button, give that subscribe button just a little bit of loving, and, you know, if you want, you can get it in with the subscribe button, you know. Yeah, find out a way to do that. You know, as long as you hit the subscribe button, I'm fine with it. But, you know, thanks guys for watching. Stay tuned for my next video. Peace.